best thing that ever happened to me was the day I married a man. Woo, I'm putting it out there.
I didn't really know gay. I knew of gay.
She's a lesbian. Like, I just think of me.
I think if I could go back to my younger self in those times that I've probably cried myself to sleep, I would just say, just hang on, Jason. Keep the faith, hang on.
I'm still the same Shane you've always known. I'm just happier.
Pride is
Just being yourself and being proud of who you are.
Pride is love, fun. Pride is pride.
Pride is inclusivity.
A celebration of being your true self.
I think pride is a time when people can really celebrate who they are. In theory, we're always proud of who we are and celebrating that. But the reality is, for gay people, that's not always the case.
I didn't accept that I was gay. I would say it took me 10 years to be okay with it.
My story has been such a journey, highs and lows. I've experienced heartbreak, what it's like to get really close and think that this is the last one.
I've always been a religious person. I would always, have my conversations with God and have my prayers that I've been doing for years and years and years and years as I was coming to terms with this.
I knew that I was ready and it was time to tell my parents. I wanted them to know I was comfortable with who I was.
Coming out was incredibly hard.
If I really think hard on that pain, I can still feel it. I still get those tears. I still feel what it's like to be isolated, alone, betrayed. That never gets easy.
When I was visiting home from college, we were just watching a football game. I just paid attention that whole football game. I was just looking at the countdown clock on the TV. When the clock ran out, that was that push, and that's when I told them.
I grew up where it is ingrained that that is just not the way to be.
I think one of the things within my family that was really challenging is that I had a gay uncle who died in 1993 during the AIDS epidemic.
Accepting, this huge portion of my life. It didn't happen until the end of graduate school for me, and then not officially, putting that out into the world and taking ownership of that identity until this year.
I had to be okay with it, and so when I told others, if they weren't okay with it, I had to give them at least as much time as I gave myself.
That moment was very difficult for me, but then the immediate reaction from my stepdad, he turned and he looked at me and he said, "Do you think I'm surprised?" And so that was that.
I know where I came from. I don't try to forget it. I don't try to run from it. I think what I had to do is just realize there's gonna be a brighter day.
And so I think that there was this fear, and I shared the fear too, that somehow being gay was going to mean a death sentence. I think moving to Austin was a huge moment for me, coming to a city where gay people were really affirmed and accepted. Honestly, one of the best things that could have ever happened to me.
Seeing the way that Austin is and the way that Austin accepts and embraces the LGBTQ community, that just gives me hope.
And I believe the city of Austin is making great strides. I've seen it, I've witnessed it.
I am not judged for it at my place of employment. I am not judged for it at the apartment complex I live in, at a restaurant I go to, and that is one of the most comforting feelings I felt in my life.
If someone comes against you, that's their beliefs, that's on them. I don't want anyone to feel minimized. Own who you are.
Once you are comfortable and really know who you are, then be that person and make sure that people know that's who you are, be proud of who you are, love who you are.
There is no need to rush a process. Everyone runs their race at their own pace. Just stay true to who you are. There's nothing wrong with that.
You can't look externally for acceptance in the world. We all have to find it within ourselves. Hang on, hang in there, keep fighting.
We're all beautifully, wonderfully made. And just remember that. Don't let that pain impact where you could be, because your future self will thank you that you didn't give up.